So the forecast said 30% chance of rain. We're gonna find out what our campsite is like. It is really coming down. It's raining pretty good here at our campsite now. Trying to decide whether we pack up and try to just get out of here tonight, or if we try to see if this blows over. We'll find out. Where are we headed to?
To Yosemite!
To do what?
To camp.
Have we camped together all together as a family?
Oh, no, not with Ezekiel.
Are you excited?
Yeah!
Last year, Brooklyn learned about Yosemite and begged us to go. With the help of some friends, we secured a campsite and we're off on an adventure. The campgrounds are about 400 miles and 8 hours away from our home. We decided to stop in Bakersfield to make sure we could get into Yosemite earlier to start camping the next day. Firestone has some of the best tri-tip sandwiches around and is an amazing food stop.
So what do you think of the room?
Awesome! And look, they can put your name in.
Ooh, welcome Gregory.
After a short stop in the hotel, it was time to drive into Yosemite.
Oh my gosh, I can see a waterfall!
What?
Oh my goodness.
You guys, I'm legit shook by what I can see from here. As new campers, the first thing we wanted to do was get the campsite all set up. We borrowed most of our camping gear from friends, including an instant tent, which drastically sped up the tent making process. We did fine. We got it done. It's fine.
After setup, it was time to explore. The North Pines campground has a little creek on one side with the Merced River on the other. On a hot day like today, we were ready to test the cold waters. The kids were a bit hesitant when they touched the 55 to 60 degree waters, but we were excited to give it a try. Kristen led the adventure with the first dip.
Count me in.
How?
20. Count me
19.
from 100.
Plunge! Woo! Woo!
The girls eventually warmed up to it.
Woohoo! Chili dip.
I am still freezing to the bone.
After our first adventure, it was time for dinner. The plan was hot dogs. We forgot the hot dogs, so breakfast for dinner it was. Surprisingly, the girls offered to wash dishes after. Then it was time for our new creation, s'moreos. What's a s'moreo?
It's a cookie.
What kind of cookie?
Cookie.
Yeah.
With a marshmallow in the middle.
Is it yummy? Did you wake up much in the night?
Only once, but that was because Easy was doing something and you had to put him back in bed. Same for me. I woke up that time too.
Our first morning, I got to take the girls exploring, which was so quiet and beautiful. For me, this is what camping is all about. The girls even decided to collect firewood for the evening fire. Our first big Yosemite excursion was to hike through Cook's Meadow to Yosemite Falls. As a cinematographer and photographer, I have seen images of Yosemite over the years, and I've always wanted to see them in person. A lot of the excursions we chose were based on some of the best views. This area did not disappoint.
We hiked about 1 mile from Southside Drive to Yosemite Falls. Addie was quite tired by the time we got to the falls, but she and Brooklyn were both eager to scurry up the rocks just below the falls. Greg decided to stay back with Ezekiel because it was a bit slippery and not super safe with a toddler.
Where are we going?
The Mandarin Lake.
No. What's it called?
The Merced Lake.
Nope. We're going to Mirror Lake. And are you excited?
Yes, I'm gonna go run through the rapids.
It's a 1 mile hike. Can you do it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
How much longer?
What did you think? Was that easy?
Nope.
Are you proud of yourself?
The hike to Mirror Lake was about 1.2 miles from our campsite. As you can see, Addie was exhausted, but she totally thought it was worth it afterwards. As summer goes on, Mirror Lake becomes more of a pond than a lake, but it was still fun to play and swim in, and Half Dome towered above us.
When the sand is gravel from probably up there, it really doesn't feel good to walk on.
Let's walk.
Whoa,
Daddy's so brave!
do you want to run with me?
We ended our day's outings with dinner in Yosemite Village. The food isn't necessarily that exciting, but it was nice to not have to pack so much food to cook at the campsite.
Buddy, hold it carefully.
Our big adventure for day 4 was to head up to Glacier Point. This is about an hour drive along windy roads, so we were hoping that it would be worth it. Just before we arrived at Glacier Point, we reached Washburn Point, which was much less crowded but well worth the stop. On the short drive between the two, we got to see one of the most iconic road views of Yosemite. Glacier Point also didn't disappoint. It is filled with incredible views. Not only is this one of the best places to see Half Dome, but you also get to see much of the valley, including the valley floor. Do you like it?
Yeah, I feel so dizzying.
It's a little scary looking over the edge. Keep climbing. This was well worth our drive.
After a few hours in the car, we wanted a more simple excursion, so we walked through the campgrounds over to the Merced River to play in the water.
3, 2, 1. You get yourself?
The water was cold but fun. And then, across the river, we spotted a deer. We just had to go and check it out.
Hi.
You in the middle of the river?
Yes.
This was the shot we took the other day.
After one more dinner in Yosemite Village, the rain and hail really started coming down.
Easy.
We attempted one last campfire before deciding to pack up camp one night early.
Where are you looking for, Mike?
We packed as quickly as we could and decided to drive the 2.5 hours to Fresno to get out of the rain.
Just stopped raining as we finished packing up. We decided that this is what we needed to do for our family's sanity, so we'll probably drive to Fresno, find a hotel, and make the most of it.
It honestly was a very hard decision to make, but we felt confirmed as it ended up raining our entire drive.
Our spirits were actually high as we left the park because we didn't view the rain as an obstacle, but rather an adventure. And to top it off, we were blessed with some of the most unique and beautiful views we had ever seen as we left. While the trip had its challenges, it was truly an amazing experience, and we would highly recommend camping in Yosemite Valley if you ever get the chance. Thanks for watching, and remember to invest in family, adventure, and love. We'll see you on the next excursion.